I am back with the remaining part of the video. The types of the reflexes. If the reflex takes place in your head region, then it is the spinal cranial reflex, and if it's in the lower body region, then it would be the cranial reflex. So let's read the screen. Spinal reflex, a reflex section where the reflex arc is through the spinal cord. The withdrawal of your hand, the feeling of warmness or coldness from your hands or your legs. If something pointed pierce your legs, then it will come in the category of the spinal reflex. So this is the spinal reflex, whereas the cranial reflex, which is in the brain, would be from the head region. A reflex section of the head, such as a sneezing, blinking, which involves a small section of the brain, is called a cranial reflex. Cerebral reflex or the cranial reflex, both are same things, both are from the brains. Both reflexes goes to the brain. Control by the brain takes place in the head region. Cranial nerves are involved. Cranial nerves are the nerves that are present in your brain, and spinal nerves are the nerves that is present that are connected with the spinal cord. So there are thousand millions of nerves. If they are in the brain, then they would be cranial nerves, or if they are in the spinal region, then they would be spinal nerves. Spinal reflex are controlled by spinal cord. Takes place in rest of the body. The lower trunk, obviously, your hands, your legs region. This is a knee jerk. This is the knee jerk. If you have had a surgery or had an accident, if you go to the physician, they tap your knees with a rubber hammer. So the normal response would be a knee jerk that is happening on your screen. Your leg would be moved forward as if you are kicking. So if there would be no reflex, so there would be a clue that some abnormality is there. There is a chance that the nerve end is damaged or the muscles have been damaged. So this is it. We talked about the stimulus, that is anything that causes a response, and we talked about the reaction, the pathway that takes place between a stimulus and the response. We talked about sensory and motor neuron, how they are involved in it. Sensory, that carry information from sense organ to the CNS, and the one that is bringing back is the motor neuron. We talked about the responses. We talked about innate behavior that is present in us from the beginning. Nobody taught us crying. Nobody taught the duckling to walk. Then we talked about the types of reflexes and the reflex section. We talked about if it's in the head region, then it would be cranial reflex. If it's in the lower body region, then it would be spinal reflex. And then we talked about this one, knee jerk, is an example of a spinal reflex because this is in the lower body trunk. So I'm stopping my video here. The video is consisted of two parts. The one part that is of 10 minutes and this part which is of around 3 and 27 minutes. Allah Hafiz.